Well, hello there and welcome back to the HUL-IZR Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I do have the reaction from the Reading versus Hull City game, which has just concluded over in Reading. It was unfortunately a 1-1 draw in the end. No goals came in the second half and we remained with the two from the first half. Regan Slater opened up the scoring for Hull City with a nicely worked move with him and Adama Traore in the mid stages of the first half. Andy Carroll replied for the hosts with somewhat of a controversial goal after pushing Regan Slater in the back to get him away from the ball. So it was 1-1 in the end. It's a disappointing result, I think, that we could have easily, at moments, a majority of the moments throughout the match, gone on and grabbed a couple of goals. Reading seemeed like a very, very poor side. Seemed like a side that were coming into this game already arguing with each other. I mean, Tom Ince was arguing with majority of his players for majority of the game. Andy Carroll seemed frustrated, especially towards the end of the game. There was loads of moments in there where we could have pushed on, got something from it. I think when Ryan Longman came on was a real switching up gear, as we've seen numerous times this season. When Ryan Longman comes on off the bench, he is that sort of switching gear, replacing it as fresh legs with sort of that fresh ideal. I think that Ozan Tufan did expertly when he came on again. Just unfortunate not really to grab a goal in that second half. I think that we deserved it. Our performance there, we was definitely by far the better side. We dominated them for, I want to say, 90% of the game. I think that we was the better side. I know I might be coming from a biased point of view, but we were. Reading seemed just weren't up to the challenge. They was giving me flashbacks to us in the Grant McCann era of the starting of last season, where we was just utterly garbage, coming away with like 3-0 losses at home. It was giving me flashbacks to that for Reading's point of view. So it was an unfortunate drawing scenario. I am going to probably call it a loss, as we have dropped 2 points. It's a point picked up on the road, though, which it is an improvement from Wednesday's 3-1 loss. We come into the international break now, have time for Liam Rosinia to reassess some situations. Obviously, we have a few injuries going on at the moment, so reassess that sort of thing. Switch up possibly tactically, have a little flip around with that, and regain after this international window, sort of with a new look towards the end of the season, with this sort of fresh faceness about us, ready to come into next season with that sort of air that we can achieve what we need to. We can push on to promotion, as it is almost sealed in the coffin now that we are not going to push for the playoffs this season. A few good notes. Regan Slater had another fantastic game, especially in that first half. He was pretty much running the show. Malcolm Eboué and Adama Traore, that partnership is still working all right. I think that they both weren't as good as they were against Burnley. A little bit lacklustre in moments of the game, but on the whole, sort of all right. I do think that I'm advocating for Ryan Longman to start. I think that he's been a real switching gear since he's been coming on in these past few games, and I don't know why he's not starting. Defence-wise, looked all right again. I'm not quite sure why Elder didn't start. I presume it's from the poor performance against Burnley. Although Jacob Greaves did all right on the end of the day. Centre-backs did perfectly as usual. Cardalo, you can't really fault him. Wasn't too much that he could have done for the Andy Carroll goal. So yeah, it's just a well-rounded, okay performance. It's nothing like, oh my God, we've actually blown them away, or oh my God, we have actually just shoved our bums in the bin, taking a massive poo on top of somebody's Taco Bell. It's none of these performances, and it was just an okay performance. Maybe deserved the result, not in my eyes. We will push forwards through this international window, push into the final remaining months, final remaining games of the season, and hopefully pick up some results that can get people excited, get people ready for next season. Obviously, with a few more transfers coming in next season, I think this will help us. We've probably not had the best of luck injuries-wise this season. But make sure to check out my video about transfer rumours, as we have got a few key big names coming to Yorkshire. So check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe, as I will have plenty more Hull City news and content coming out, and especially a little bit of England content coming out through this international break. So I'll see you in the next one. Wahoo!